What is up, guys? Okay, I know I said I was about this no filter life. However, right now, necessary. Okay, I'm gonna let some people jump on. Let me go ahead and comment. We are gonna be talking about business credit, mindset. Let's just say how to get it together. That's what I'm typing right now. Getting our business. What's up? Thank you for jumping on. Where you guys at? And life together. What's up? What's up? I'm here in Los Angeles currently. You guys already know. I love to know who I'm talking to. Oh, thank you so much, Beauty. I appreciate you because, girl, it's been a day. You guys ever have those days where it's like, God, surely this was for them people down the street because I don't think you meant to give this to me. I'm not prepared for this today. I've had one of those days. So I'm excited to come on here today, and I'm going to have a special guest to go over some things because I personally am not a professional as far as like oh, thank you. What's up, Amir? I'm not a professional when it comes to, I'm not a CPA. I'm not a tax advisor. I don't know a lot of things, and I can only teach from actual experience of things that I have. And so I'm excited to get this gentleman on a call with me. We actually have an opportunity to do a lot of work together inside of Atlanta, and we are going to give you guys do. Here comes my friend, my business partner, Iyke, absolutely killing it. He talks a lot about business credit. Ooh, let me tilt this upward. He talks a lot about business credit, a lot about scaling your business and all of those things. And I'm just excited to really have conversations with different kinds of people on my platform because I often talk about how passionate I am about helping people help themselves create the life and business they love. And even though I'm not a professional, I know a lot of professionals. So I'm just excited to have you.
Hey, what up, Queen? What up, Queen? The boss lady herself.
Nah. I'm excited. What are we talking about tonight?
I'm a professional and all of that. Listen, guys, disclaimer. I'm not a professional. I didn't go to school for this. I've been an entrepreneur, an astute entrepreneur for so long. I've made all the mistakes in the world, and I've learned a lot. So most of the things that I'll be talking about are things that I've learned either from mentors or things that I've suffered myself. So if I'm telling you to do stuff, it's simply because we tried it, it works, and now we have a proven concept, So.
Yes, absolutely. I love it. So I know we're going to talk about some business credit stuff today. I know a little bit about a little bit. I actually had to go back because when I first started making a little bit of money and I was like, I'm going to hire someone to formate my business. So I have all these binders of all my different businesses. And I had to go back to one of my first ones and there was literally a piece of paper inside of it. I always love talking to the newest person, but it was the checklist of what to do and how to get business funding inside of your business or how to get business credit or at least start towards it if you don't have good personal credit. Because what I've experienced is if you don't have an older business or if you don't have certain things, you usually have to personally guarantee. And so if you don't have good credit, that's a whole other thing. Work with Iyke, they can totally help you out with that. But what I love is that, I always love talking to the newest person that's just getting it out the mud. This is the steps, this is the steps, this is the steps, this is the steps. Do you want me to kind of share a little bit about I literally went back and found my binder. This is my formation binder to give these steps to people because Lord knows, I don't even do this stuff anymore. My people
I think before we jump into all of that, what I like to address is I usually use a concept that I learned from Myron Golden, which works. It's be, do, have. Yeah. And the be, do, have formula is,
come on, I live by that.
It's easy to just tell people, go fix your credit, go work on your credit, go build all of that. But the bottom line is, what do you have to become? All right? Before you decide on even doing anything. And when you do these things that we're about to share with you right now, what do you stand to gain? So what would you have? I believe if we go in that manner, we can, because nobody just wakes up to say, let me work on my credit. Nobody just wakes up to say, let me do whatever I want to do, There's all the reason, and that's why I tell people you must have a smart goal. Your goal is stateable, your goal has to be measurable, your goal has to be attainable. There has to be something that you resent now that creates a reason and you must have a time-bound goal. When you're able to do that, you now have a SMART goal. When you have that SMART goal, it drives your intention. Like, a lot of people don't know this. They feel like you got to have great credit to establish business credit. First and foremost, you can't even write off a lot when it comes to taxes if you don't have a business. And if you're working with somebody right now, you're being ripped off by the system. It's just the way the system is designed. But when you have your own business, you can set the tone and you can reach whatever sky you aim for. So first, I tell a lot of people this. If you don't have a business or you don't know what to do, just think about whatever solution you can have. Because it's hard to say this. Listen, guys. You're too small a problem for the universe, for God, all right? For whatever you believe in to come together and favor whatever problems you have. You have to position yourself to solve other people's problems so that the reward you have is profit. So you have to purpose to profit. If you understand that that's the mindset you need to become a business person, now let's get to whatever kind of business you want to do. Take your life from the moment you wake up in the morning. Where did you sleep? Or I slept on a bed. I slept on sheets. I slept on pillowcases. I slept on a pillow. I probably slept in my pajama. I stepped out of bed. I got in my slides. I went to the bathroom. I used the towel. I brushed my teeth. I used the toothpaste. I opened up the shower. I opened up the faucet. I used the lotion. I used whatever for my hair, my face. I got in my car, I drove in my car, put my child in the car seat. I called somebody. Everything you touched is someone's business. So somebody actually thought about the fact that people need sheets, people need pillows, people need soaps, people need water, and they solved a problem so they can make money in return. So if you have a brain block, saying, I don't know what to do, I don't know how to become a business person, all you have to do is think up solutions that can transform lives. And the reward you're going to have if you chase after excellence is nothing but what? Money. And that's just the way it works. So if you guys understand that's what you need to do first, let's say now you have an idea. I just told you how to get an idea. If you like an idea, there are two kinds of people. I'm just getting into the business space, which is, I just started a business. So what do I got to do? How do I have to set up my business right? Okay. And there are people who have been in business, probably you've registered a business for over 2 years, and you just don't know that you're leaving money on the table. So if you're just starting a business and your business is less than 2 years, have this at the back of your mind right now. Where you want to start off is working on your personal credit. If you need help, we can help you expedite and get that straight. All right, but start on your personal credit. A lot of people do not understand. Let's talk about the personal credit. The bureaus are not bureaus. They're not the IRS. Okay, guys, stop being scared. They're a private reporting company. They're nothing. They're just a private company. They're like Comcast. They're like T-Mobile. So you can do what? You can sue them if you have to sue them. And you also have to understand how things work, because I realized like 80% of people on earth do not even understand how things work. They just live by the day. 20% of people are still curious and asking questions. And 5% or less than 5%, I'll say 1%, have figured things out. So my question to you, listening right now, are you part of the 80% that's clueless? Or you're part of the 20%, all right, that is asking questions? Probably that's why you're on this live right now, and you want to get things straight. Or you're part of the 1% that have figured shit out, okay? But wherever you belong, it's our duty to bring the information to you, because in our community, we don't really talk about credit. Isn't it crazy to know that if credit is one of the most important things that we need from the ages of 18 and 70, our work in life, nobody teaches us about credit before we're 18.
And you know, I think what they do teach us, not only do they not teach us about credit, but they don't teach us the right thing, right? They teach us to use debit cards
Exactly.
that have zero return on them, right? Like there's no rewards when you, like cash is
Big
literally
time.
trash, right? Credit is king. And so one of the things, and I'm just going to throw this out there and then you can jump back, but one of the things that I actually learned from my great aunt, this is back, hey Sierra, this is
Hey,
back
Sarah.
when I was broke and struggling and figuring out my like entrepreneurial journey. I was calling my mom every month asking her to help me pay my rent. I was struggling to put gas in my car. I was literally struggling to pay the $200 rent that my great aunt let me rent a room out at her house, right? And it was her that started to teach me about credit. I didn't understand. I thought that if I use a credit card, that means I don't have the money. I'm afraid of bad debt. And now I'm going to put myself into a bad situation. But the reality of it is what wealthy people do is, number one, they have cards with higher utilization. Yeah. We're not going to get into that right now. But let's say that you have a credit card. You don't spend more money on your credit card than the cash that you can pay it off with. Right. And so instead of using my debit card where I get no return, now I get to travel for free. I get to stay in hotels for free. I get to do my Uber rides. Like I literally can go onto my credit card right now with my points, be like, oh, you can refund this, you can refund that, you can refund this, you can refund that. And I'm literally getting cash back for my purchases because I have good credit with a rewards program attached to it. Whereas a debit card, which they teach us to use, which is not great, a debit card gives you 0.001%. And guys, they're taking our money in the back end at the bank and they're trading it, making money for themselves, while the normal person that only knows about a debit card is living paycheck to paycheck. And so I love having these kinds of conversations, Ike, because it's an opportunity for us to show the people that, number one, we've been duped most of our life in a lot of different ways, especially in the credit game, especially in the entrepreneurial game. I saw a video with Gary Vee today talking about how he's like, did the school system fail you? He was on a show and the interviewer was like, did the school system fail you? He said, the school system failed me and every entrepreneur, because the school system is not set up for entrepreneurs. Exactly. It's set up for workers. And so what up, Taman? And so we have to remember that inside of that, are we preparing ourselves to be in the top 1%, like I was talking about, or are we just going with the flow? But we know what the flow looks like, the 40-40-40 plan, right? So back to you, Ike. I just wanted to jump in real quick and,
just to kind of piggyback
throw that out there.
What you just said. I need people to understand that you might not be able to do anything about everything, but it won't hurt you to know something about everything, just how things work. I need you guys to understand this, just to piggyback off what she's saying. Listen, guys, the banks don't really scam us. They set themselves up so we can take our money, however way we earn our money, and take it to the bank. Now, if we have over 150 million Americans working hard every day, doing business or whatever, where do you take your money to? The bank. So the banks have positioned themselves so that they can get our money. And that's why we call the bank money other people's money, because it's all our money. So the banks don't really have money. Now, get on your Google right now and just ask yourself, how many commercial banks or how many private banks do we have in the United States? Less than 5,000. Now imagine this. There are over 150 million people. The least of us have minus $120 in our bank account. Some of us have what? $1,000, $20,000, $1 million, $1 billion. All these monies are housed in the bank. So the banks turn around and they call people with good credit, because banks don't like to lose money. And because they set up a system where they compound and stack interest. They stack compounded interest. How does that work? Every time we get money from the bank, all right, first we give our money willingly to the bank for less than 1% interest rates. And the banks turn around and loan us the same money from 3 to 24% a year. How do you beat that? So it's really, everybody's making money for the bank. And they're stacking
any other way.
All this compound interest they're making from every loan. If you've ever bought a car, if you live in your house right now, if you applied for whatever and you got credit, just know that you're making money for the banks. And if you understand this, then you should understand how to move, because you need to leverage other people's money to scale. Like I tell a lot of people, if you're still spending your cash running your business, first, you're limited. 2, you're taking a lot of risk. And 3, you can never scale as much as you want to scale, because cash is trash. All right? need you to believe this: cash is trash and credit is everything. So use your credits to leverage funding, so you can use that funding to invest in income-producing assets. And those income-producing assets will pay back the debt and leave you with an asset that you're going to milk money from every day.
Right. And I just want to piggyback off of what you're saying. I like so good and so true. Absolutely. Cash is trash. Credit is king, right? And I think that's so important for us to understand, because we were raised to think that credit is bad. It's only bad if you're irresponsible, right? If you are responsible in the way that you're building your business. Yes. Come on, everybody. Actually, also, before I even say this thing, please send this video to 10 people and tell them to join this group and comment done when you're finished. I'm going to take a page out of my co-host book. But we're about to drop so much information and so many things that it's really going to help other people get out of their own way. And the reason that I wanted to piggyback off of what you were just saying, Iyke, is because, what's up, Mo? Love you. Is because what starts to happen is when you have bad credit, bringing this back to credit, right? When you have bad personal credit, not only is it harder for you to even qualify, if you qualify for those loans or cars or credit cards or any kind of those types of things, but on top of that, you're spending more money to get it. So now that's why we want to rewind it and bring it back into your personal credit, bring it back into your business credit, because when you do those things, what it's going to do is give you an opportunity to save that money. And now you can take that money and save it, because if you're spending $39 extra on your car insurance, if you're spending $159 extra on your car note, if you're spending however many extra dollars on whatever it is because your credit is bad, that's actually money that you shouldn't be spending, that could be either in your account to do an investment or create more funding for your business.
So
go ahead, Iyke.
What I want to say to a lot of people, guys, I'm going to address two things. If you think you don't need credit, have you ever been at a store and you run out of cash, or you're not with your wallet, and you reach and you look to your brother or your dad or whatever and say, "Dad, can you buy me this stuff? I'm going to give it back to you. I know it costs about $80 or $100, but I'm going to give you back the money on Thursday when I get my money, okay, when I get my check." And your parents, your sibling, your friend says no. Do you know why they can say no? One, because they don't have it, but we know the banks have a lot of money, so forget about that. Two is because of your transaction history with them. All right, if they know you're responsible, nobody's going to give you money. And or third, they know there's no money coming on Thursday. It's not happening. So what do you think is going to happen? They're not going to give you the money. The banks look at you the same way. So when you don't set up your credit right, when you don't have a credit profile, because you don't spend credits every day on every transaction, the banks don't know who you are. You don't have any history with them. If you have bad credit, you already have a bad taste in their mouth. Why should they trust you with money? Also, I want to give you guys an analogy that I use. Our lifestyle, okay, and our money management is like a basket. What does a basket have? Why is it different from a regular bowl? It's got holes in it. The bigger the holes is the bigger your lifestyle. So every bill you have, every lifestyle you have, your bill, your shopping, all of that, those are holes. But unfortunately, I cannot close the holes in your life. The reason why you're not taking credit seriously is because you're scared of debt. We've been lied to, all right, by the educational system, that what we need to focus on are these words: income, expenditure, profit, loss, debt. I don't care what school you went to, Harvard or whatever, they teach you income, expenditure, profit, loss, debt. But you know what the rich and the elites do? They're not focused on those things. They're focused on, listen guys, income producing assets, wealth reducing liabilities, cash flow, credit. Do you guys understand what I'm saying? Income producing assets, wealth reducing liabilities, cash flow, credit, period. And assets is anything that makes you money and frees up your time. Liability is anything that creates expenses and takes your time. So my question to you is your spouse an asset? Is your network an asset? Are your friends an asset? Is your car an asset? When you understand if they don't make you money, look at your phone calls right now. Look at your phone log and look at the names on it and ask yourself, my last 20 calls, how many of those people make me money? The last TV shows that I watched, how many of those shows made me money? The last books that I read and magazines, how many of those magazines made me money? If it's taking your time and it's not making you money, it's a what? A liability, period. Your mama can be a liability, I promise you. Okay? Now, if you understand this, let's get back to my analogy. When you have a basket, every hole you have, there's a liability, okay? Now, how do you stay on top of that? You have to have a container, like a bowl that you put in the basket, because cash is seen as liquid. We call it liquid cash. If you pour liquid through a basket, it's going to leak through. It's going to go through. You don't want it to go through, so you're going to put on a container that we call an asset. The asset is going to hold it for a little bit, and when it gets to the brim, it's going to drain out and go through the same holes that you have. All right, when you do this, what you've done is you now have assets, which is debts that is serving you. Think about this, guys. If I have a car and that car makes me $4,000 and the note on that car is $800 plus $200 insurance, that's $1,000. I'm making $3,000 in profit. Do you ask yourself this? Would I be quick to pay my car notes every month so I can make extra $3,000 passive income? Of course. So when you, instead of you sitting on your $300,000, $1.5 million home right now with 2-3 kids jumping around feeling cool because you appear rich, why don't you give somebody else the responsibility to pay for that house so you don't fall for this scam that America sells to you, the smallest dream that I've reached, that I've heard all my life, how to buy one house in 30 years. No, you're supposed to buy 5 houses in 5 years. The only way you can do that is those homes pay for themselves and make you extra money, so the extra money pays for your lifestyle and pays for the home that you leave. So my formula is you have no business living in the home you're living right now if you haven't bought 5 homes already. You need 5 houses to generate you income, and the cash flow that you make from those 5 houses that pay for themselves is what pays for your lifestyle. Credit.
Okay, so we got to rewind because I feel like you just said a whole mouthful over here. I'm over here like, woo, okay, all right. Thank you, Jesus. I needed this call. So this is my question for those people, and this is why, guys, we're having this conversation. Oh, thank you so much for buying a badge. That's
thank
my
you,
third
thank you,
badge
thank you, thank
ever
you, thank
on
you.
Instagram for the record. So
Thank you.
thank you. So I say that to say that when people are looking at buying their first home, right? And there are definitely methods to the madness, guys. Remember, like everything, let's say we're starting with cars. Let's not even say 5 homes because that's so big for a lot of people. Let's say that you want to get 3 cars, right? Well, the thing about it is that when you go try to get a car inside of a 30-day span, once you already know that you qualify at Bank of America, you qualify at Navy Federal, you got the paper to walk to it, everyone is not going to be pulling your credit because you already have the you can get the cars, right? So now you can use the,
keep going.
Yes. So now you can get multiple cars all at one time, which brings us back to funding. So let's talk about, Iyke, how would you tell the people that are listening that are new and they may not, what's up, Rolls Royce? He sent me the dopest. Look, it's literally right here, guys. You guys got to check out this planner. The planner's not in here, but this is the box. It has a charger inside of the day planner. I think that is so cool. Major shout out to you. Okay, but so, and thank you so much. The Art of Cat, you're so dope. I see you on a lot of lives. I appreciate you. Thank all of you guys for jumping on, and we're excited to bring the value. Yes, yes. Oh, thank you so much for buying a badge. That's my 4th badge ever, guys.
Thank you, guys. Yeah.
Very exciting. Okay. Let me
Yeah,
bring it back. I'm just very
you got
excited right
beautiful
now.
people on here. You guys are
So for
wonderful.
the
You guys are
people,
awesome.
right? Yes, and while we're doing this intermission, guys, please send this video to 10 people.
If I
Let them
can
know to
get this
jump
video
on
to
and comment
100
done.
people, I'll give you guys a free money-making jam, just so y'all know. Share it with at least 10 other people and type in the word what? Done.
Done. Type in done. What's up, Steven?
If you guys love it, give us a fire
guys,
emoji right now. Give us a fire emoji if you love what we're saying.
I love you, Ike. Yes. Okay, so while you guys are giving fire emojis, what I love is that literally, you know, getting the funding for your business. If you're brand new and you're just starting, thank you, Sarah, and you're just starting, thank you, Macy, and you're just starting to grow your business, like how would you even say to these people, thank you, how would you even say to the newest entrepreneur who's just now starting their business, they're excited about getting funding, like what's one play that you could give to them to say, okay, I'm gonna get qualified for $1,000 or $5,000 and I don't have to use my personal credit or something
first,
along
if you're
those
starting
lines.
as an entrepreneur, first thing you got to understand, guys, go digital. Go digital. I need you to understand, no matter how small you are, you know something that somebody doesn't know. So think about you 5 years before now and ask yourself, what have I learned in the last 5 years that I can put together in an ebook or a course and sell? Because guys, think about this. If I sell my experience, which is what I do, all right, to you guys, I sell my courses from what? $2,000 to $5,000. Okay? Now, think about this, guys. You want to make $1 million. You don't need credit for this. Find a solution that can transform lives. Because I know you're in a place where you can help somebody save 5 years. It might have taken you 5 years to get here, but if you can package that together, like I said, be, do, have. What does this person have to become you right now? What do they have to do to become wherever, to reach wherever you are right now? And what can they have that you possess right now? If you put that together and you create transformation for somebody else, you'll be shocked to know that somebody's willing to give you $300, $500, $1,000 for that information. So you can do what? Save them some time. Yeah. Now, when you do that, you put it on the market. Guys, do this math. 1 times $1 million is $1 million. 10 times 100,000 is $1 million. All right? $1 million. 100 times 10,000 is $1 million. 1,000 times 1,000 is $1 million. So if you want to make $1 million, package whatever skill you have right now, because you see, it's easy to see greatness in others. We've been programmed to think like that. But the bottom line is, whatever gift you have right now is a fruit. You know what's in the fruit? A seed. Seeds don't grow in fruits. You got to take that fruit and put it out in the world so that it can become a forest. And that's how you impact people. When you impact people, you've taken that seed of yours and you purpose it in the market so you can profit off of somebody else's gain. Transformation. When you do this, you can make money. Imagine you right now, whatever you know, wherever you work, whatever thing you think you're great at, just the fact that you're not teaching it because you're selfish. I want you guys to know that everybody listening right now can at least affect 1,000 people in 2 years. So what I'm telling you right now, if your skill is worth $1,000, you not taking action and selling a digital product today, all right, means that you're doing what? You're leaving $1 million on the table in the next 2 years. Woo! At $300 for your skill to 1,000 people in 2 years, that's $300,000 that you're leaving on the table. At $1,000. Okay.
Whoa, we gotta let that settle in, okay? We can't just brush past that. We gotta let that. I'm just saying, like, really and truly. And it's so crazy because a lot of the times, guys, I feel like a lot of people in entrepreneurship feel like they have to come up with this brand new, perfect.
And say you want to be friends.
Yes, click this right here. Go to the drop down. Please make sure that you are following both of these people, myself and Ike, man. He's incredible.
When your city pull up on us,
serial
man, we got
entrepreneur,
too
helps
many
with a lot
gems
of
for
things.
you. Free game. Let's go.
Let's go. But guys, one of the things that I do want to piggyback off of what he's saying is a lot of the times people think that as entrepreneurs, when they're new, that they have to come up with this perfect, brand new, never before seen thing. And that's just not the truth, right? If you find something that's in alignment, I was actually having this conversation. I really feel like I could probably make a course about credit, not because I learned about credit, but because I experienced growing my credit score from a 508 to an 816. I know exactly what it was that I had to do. I know what letters I had to send. I know all of the things that I had to go through and grow through in order to build my credit. But if I wanted to start selling that, I know that my tribe would listen to me about those things. Right. And because of that, guys, you just have to find, what's up, Melvin? You just have to find what's in alignment with who you are as well. Like when you're solving those problems, is it also in alignment with your lifestyle? And sometimes one of the reasons why, one of the reasons why people don't trust the product that you sell is because are you in alignment with the product that you offer? What does that mean? It means if you're the person talking about personal transformation, peace, and serenity, but then at the same time, you're posting on your page alcohol and turning up and twerking in the club, and like those things don't really match, right? So, but if it's in alignment with who you are, if it's in alignment with the way that you live your life, then people are like, oh, that person is always at peace. Right? It's easy for me to sell an ultimate self-love guide because my life is a reflection through my relationships, platonic and romantic, the way that I treat people. It's all in alignment with the person that I am. It's easy for Eichmann to sell or to teach people about solving the problem of how do you build your credit? How do you get funding for your business? How do you actually scale? How do you do those things? Because that's what he's constantly talking about.
Yep.
That's what you see on his page. So are you the newest entrepreneur on this live? Are you one, in alignment with the product that you sell? And two, are you putting it in front of the people that want to purchase it? Because one of the biggest issues inside of business is nobody cares about the business they've never heard of, right? Nobody cares about the entrepreneur they don't know. And a lot of the times the issue is that, you know, your target market, I always say, it's like speaking the language of the land. If you speak Japanese and they speak Russian, it doesn't matter how beautifully, how eloquently, how nice, how much value, it doesn't matter what you say, they're not going to understand because they just don't speak that language. So you've got to make sure, what's up, ML Billion? So you've got to make sure that inside of that, you're actually speaking to your target market. You're actually directly solving their problem.
About this. We are all niched. I'm going to sound like Ward Taylor right now. Big up to Ward Taylor. We all are niched. Think about this. When you think about food and restaurants, how many kind of restaurants do you think? Japanese, Chinese, burger places, whatever, okay? African restaurants, we're all niched. Think about music. Beyonce sings to what kind of women? It's not just general. You know what I'm saying? Women. Independent women, right? Now, who does Adele sing to? Broken women.
I don't know.
Still women. So first got to understand who you are, because you got to understand this, guys. Your story is your glory. And in that glory of yours, all right, is the truth that you know. So you don't be shy. There's a reason why you've been through whatever you've been through. I need you guys to also understand this. If you operate from a place of essence, now what is essence? Essence is understanding for those who believe in spiritual stuff, okay? I'm not forcing this on you, but it helps me kind of shape up my life. Essence is understanding the character, the nature, and true intention of God. So if we know that God is good and God is holy, which is separated from everything, one of a kind, and you cannot find anything, you find everything in God, but God is unique, okay? Now, another thing you want to know is that God is a God of multiplication, because he invented seed. Do you know how powerful a seed is? Something that little, and it develops to become what? A forest? Now, think about that. My question to you, now that you've done the first part of everything, is what? Think about this. If you're of God, from God, with God, that simply means you're a God. So there's no need for you to be poor. Listen, guys, if you are God, how are you God? You are of God, from God, created by God, and with God. There is no need for you to be poor. So now, how do we become God? We have to have the same character, nature, and true intentions. So, are you unique? The second question I want to ask you, do you have good intentions? The third
Right.
question I
That
want
is
to ask you,
huge.
if you're
Huge.
unique and you got good intentions, are you a God of multiplication? When people touch you and come in contact with you, do you multiply their transformation? Because I promise you, if you do those three things,
Right.
you stay unique, a unique selling point, you have good intention for people, and thirdly, anybody that comes in contact with you, you've made a promise that you're going to multiply them in value. You will be rich. Period.
Period. Period. And that's the thing, guys. It goes back to making sure that you're talking to the right people. A 16-year-old girl and a 45-year-old woman, they don't want the same thing. A 45-year-old woman and a 25-year-old man, they don't want the same thing. And so when you're clear on the product that you have that's focused, like I said, in intention, the intention is to solve a problem. The intention is to help people. The intention is to serve people. When you come from that place and you're putting it in front of the people that want to purchase it, it's like a bar none, it's already done. So I absolutely could not agree with you more. I think that there's just so much power in what you're saying. And so I guess my question would be, okay, once you have your product, once you're out here, you're ready to sell something to people, you're ready to make
Yes.
money, you're ready to touch 1,000 people,
Yes.
to sell something for $1,000 so you can become a millionaire in the next 2 years. What would you say is the next step? Okay, we've got our business. Let's talk about like our formation. We get our LLC, we got our EIN. Like, go ahead.
Hey, before we get
I'm not
out
the
of that,
professional
I
on
want
this
you guys to
nursing stuff,
understand
so I'm
this.
gonna let you take it.
It is your duty, your number one duty, to position yourself so people can find you. I need you guys to understand that you've been lied to by the system and the program and the matrix, thinking you create demand. Nobody creates demand. People have real problems, and if you have a solution, all you have to do is show up enough so when people think about that problem, they think about you first. So your job is to have a public profile. So your job is to reject what the devil has programmed into your life, saying, I'm a private person. I am shy. I'm an introvert.
Okay.
That's not God's gift for you. You are what? Salt of the earth. You are pillars of this earth. And you cannot be an introvert and be these things. There's no high energy that comes out of a low source. You have to vibrate.
Oh,
You
come
have to
on.
vibrate enough and position yourself in this world. Like you guys are meeting me, some people are meeting me for the first time right now. If I decided to be an introvert, if I thought about my accents and I stayed back and I shut up my mouth with all the wealth of knowledge that I have, then I would not have full potential. I will not reach full potential. I need you guys to understand, whoever's listening right now, that wherever you are in life right now, is what you're able to do. You're 100% of your abilities. But for you to reach full potential, you have to become an above average person to get an above average result.
Yeah.
People usually ask me, what do you think the year is going to be like?
Yeah.
The year is going to be the same. There will be no extra day between Saturday and Sunday. The sun is still going to shine. The moon is still going to come up. There's still wars. There's still the government's going to take advantage of you. The news will still run every day. Nothing is going to change. The only thing that can change is you. Because people do not get better by chance. They get better by choice.
Hang on.
So it's important for you guys to
Right.
understand that you need to make a choice right now to stop this generational curse, okay,
Right.
and start positioning yourself for what? Generational choice. Because
Right.
when you make a choice to change your life, everything changes, okay? So to answer your
Right.
question, first, you need to position yourself out in the world so people know you're offering such service or you're offering such products, okay? When people don't know, you're just a hidden gem. Have you ever been in a situation where you look at somebody, like we're talking right now, you're like, I'm better than these guys. Yeah, I know you're better than these guys. You're even better gem and you have better information. But the truth about it is this. You are a hidden gem. And nobody will do business with you. They're going to choose us first because we came out here to become what? Known and seen and heard. You got to come out and put in the work.
Come on.
So now, let's talk about how to establish. Like I said, if you're just starting,
Wait, really quick. Guys, if you haven't yet, click this link right here and make sure that you're following both of the speakers. Also, just to reset the room, because we're about to get into formatting, having your business made into a formation, right? Send this video to 10 people, comment done when you're finished. I want to make sure that people are getting this information. And just one thing while people are sending this out to different people, like I just do want to throw out one other thing when it comes to target market. I actually learned this from Russell Brunson. He's the owner and creator of ClickFunnels. And I actually hear people say this all the time and they just never give credit. I definitely believe in giving credit where credit is due. Literally changed the way that I message to my customer. And so for those of you guys out there, if you do have a product or service that you're selling, I don't care if you're a traditional business. I don't care if you're business to business. I don't care if you're business to customer. I don't care if you're in multi-level marketing. It literally doesn't matter what kind of business you have in messaging. If you have a customer, whether it's a business or a person or a group, this absolutely changed my life. Because a lot of people inside of business, what they do is they're selling their products to absolutely every single person, right? As an example, I used to coach someone and she was with a weight loss company. And she used to say, you know, you can lose weight. You can lose up to X amount of pounds. Everybody wants to lose weight for the most part. 80% of the United States of America is overweight, right? Oh, thank you so much, The Art of Cat. And so I appreciate the attempt. And so I say that to say, guys, that if you're literally giving the most generic information, no one is going to latch onto it. And so we got to the nitty gritty. Russell Brunson talks about finding the ultimate result for your customer. When they come work with you, they're going to get, so my example is, when people come work with me, they're going to find worthiness. But worthiness, thank you, Sarah, worthiness is not sexy. I can't say, come get worthy with me. But through worthiness, I have an ultimate self-love guide. Through worthiness, I have a course that goes over how to start, grow, and scale your business, develop a success mindset. Through worthiness, I do one-on-one coaching. Through worthiness, and so I have all of these different things that give people an opportunity to feel more worthy. So what does that mean when I was working with my client? It means when she was saying, come lose weight with me. Come, like you can lose up to X amount of pounds. That doesn't mean anything to most people. And so we started asking her questions. What is it and who is it that you're actually working with? And we realized that the people that she was working with were stressed out moms that couldn't lose weight because of the stress weight. So instead of her literally in one day, instead of her having the conversation of, come lose X amount of pounds with me, she was saying, yo, where are all of my stressed out moms that cannot lose weight to save their life because there's just too much stuff that they have to do? I have the answer for you, right? And inside of that messaging, what it did was gave her 3 clients in 45 minutes, people messaging her like, I'm stressed out. That's why I can't lose this weight. I've been saying I can't lose this weight because I'm so what starts to happen is when you speak the language specifically down to the core problem, like I was saying, you gotta solve a problem.
Like when you can niche down to like the nitty gritty of what makes these people feel like the issue that they would write a blank check for, even if they're broke, you start to get a different response. So I just wanted to touch on that about making sure that you are providing people and they're clear on the ultimate result that you do provide for them, and that your languaging is saying that, right? Whether it's the person that deals with stress, whether it's worthiness, whether it's mindset, whatever it may be, usually people are too generic and they're just not niched down enough. So I'm excited to talk about the formation of businesses. I hope that people had more, well, obviously more people had time to jump on, which is
awesome.
great. Go ahead,
like
take
she
it
said,
away.
niche down. But another thing I'm going to say is, what is that one needle that you can move that can create a mile of difference? I repeat, what's the smallest needle that you can move an inch that can create a mile of difference? And once you're able to figure that out, niche down. Don't tell people, oh, you want to lose 500 pounds. How? What kind of people? Who are the people that you want to serve?
Right.
When you understand the people you want to serve, okay, based on, like I said, your own experiences, it's easy to communicate. Because I don't care if you talk about burgers, okay? Sandwiches have different communication. The way McDonald's communicates is different from the way Chick-fil-A or the way what, you know what I'm saying? The way they all communicate, you know, because they understand our business is different, right? Because they understand what you need. Some people give you extra cheese. Some people give you onion. Some people give you extra spice. Some people give you double layer of beef. Some people give you just chicken, you know. Once you understand your market deeper, it separates you from the bunch, okay? All right, let's not keep people
the
here.
biggest
Guys,
difference.
if you're just getting in business, or you just started your business, or you have a business and you do not have business credits, okay? There are things that you must have missed. Like I said, share this video with 10 people and comment, done. This is not information that you want to miss, or you want somebody that you truly love to miss, okay? So make sure you have your pen and your pad, because I want to share real gems. Here are the 20 steps that I think you need to go through to establish business credit. Now, don't be fooled. You might have 1 or 2 business credit cards, and you might think you have business credit. No, you'll be shocked to know that most of these banks do not report. They do not report, okay, your business transactions. So if they don't, then you don't have business credit. The easiest way to establish business credits is using vendors. But before I get to that, I want you guys to know there are 20 steps that you can use in establishing business credit. Now, these 20 steps, I'll run it by you right now. If you got a pen and a pad, be ready to write. But I'm going to break it down to 4 stages. Stage 1 is you need to create a business identity. Stage 1 is creating a business identity. Stage 2 is business registration. Stage 3 is creating a public profile. And stage 4 is establishing business credit. Let's simplify it to 4 stages. Like I said, business identity, business registration, creating a public profile, and establishing business credit. Don't overcomplicate it. Don't overthink it. These are the 4 major steps that you have to go through to establish business credit. Now, let's start with the first one, business identity. Like you have a personal identity. If you call me friend, you should at least know my name, right? You should have my number, right? You should know where I live, and do what? You should be able to contact me via email or phone, right? Same with your business. You want the banks to be comfortable with you, you need to divorce yourself and establish a business identity. So what you want to do is get a business name. Right. But before you choose your business name, you can go to a website called Namecheck. It's NAMECHK, namecheck.com. You can use that to kind of find existing businesses. You can also go check if the name has been trademarked. Okay, we can't get into all of that in this video, but the bottom line is 3 things you want to do. See if the name is already existing, if it's a unique name, and most of the profiles are not taken, and the website and all of that. Just make sure it's available. Second, you want to go check if somebody has trademarked the name, so you're not building a brand up for someone else's back, so you don't get sued in future. Okay. The third thing you want to do is make sure that you do not have a high risk industry name in your business. If you're confused, just make it as generic as possible. Okay. But don't use words like gambling, adults, trucking, all of that in your business. Once you do that, credit repair, once you do that, it's going to limit your funding. Okay. The second thing that you want to do is get a business phone. All right. Lenders and banks love toll-free numbers, but you don't have to have a toll-free number. It all depends on the nature of your business. If you're a local salon, you don't need a toll-free number. But if you're like a consultant or something and you have clients from all over the states or the world, you might want to have a toll-free number. Divorce yourself from your business and make sure your business has an identity, okay? Get a virtual address. If you have, yes, thank you, uspto.com, all right, that's where you check for the trademark and go to test, click it, and search for the name, okay, once you find the name. Now, thank you, Sarah. Now, get a virtual business address. For a lot of people work from home, I understand. That's why we sell the virtual business address. You can use regis.com, you can use Opus, you can use DaVinci, all right, virtual addresses to get a virtual address. Now, I need you guys to understand that if you're already working off of a brick and mortar place, you can use that brick and mortar location as long as it's a business address to register your business, okay? Some people already have restaurants or whatever, you know, you probably have an existing business, use that to register your business, okay? But if you don't have that and you're working from home, I need you guys to understand this. Business identity is so critical. America has given us the opportunity to legally have more than one identity. I don't know about somebody, I can get you funding on the personal side up to $150,000, and on the business side up to $300,000. I'll say $250,000. Imagine if you have and you divorce yourself and you have 5 businesses plus you, $200,000 on each business in 5 places plus yourself. You're talking about $1 million that you can take right now to go do what? Go invest in your ideas. All right?
Do more business.
The third thing you want to do when it comes to business identity is now you checked your name, you got in your business phone number, you got in your business address, you want to go secure a domain name. Once you secure a domain name, you can use GoDaddy to secure a domain name. You can go to Google Domains and buy a domain for as little as $12. Now you got the domain for a whole year, okay? Now you use G Suite, okay? G Suite, Google G Suite. For $6, you can have a business email. What's a business email for those who don't understand? Info at your business name, billing at your business name, your name at your business name, support at your business name. Now you're looking professional. When you do these 5 things, you have a business identity. Like I said, I repeat, non-risk business name, toll-free business phone number, virtual address or business address, secure business domain, and business email. You're going to jump in.
Yeah, really quick. I just wanted to say, if you guys do your business, probably anyone that you get your domain from, they usually sell emails. So let's say that your website is stopit.com. Then you could purchase your email at sarah@stopit.com. You could purchase things at sarah.com or hello@stopit.com. And then another thing is, if you guys are excited about either a service that'll do phone numbers for you, it's a 24-hour service. Our friend Mitch talks about Nexa all the time. They do 24 hours. Another really great one, just to purchase a 1-800 number, is eVoice. They're really great too. So we're just throwing out different places that you can go, different people that you can work with.
All right, so when you're done with the stage 1, we jump to the stage 2, business registration. Now that you have an identity, what do you do with the identity? The problem is a lot of people usually jump to this part without settling the first part. So you're doing it wrong. You got to go back and get a complete identity. And now that you have an identity that is totally divorced from you, you know, your address doesn't appear there. Your phone number is not there. Your email is not there. Your business is now a complete entity, okay? But it's not totally complete until you have an EIN. So you jump to stage 2, where you now go do what? You now use the same information that you just got to go do your article of incorporation at your Secretary of State. All right? If you want to Google that, There are over 50 states in
Yes.
America. Please just get on YouTube, have a research mindset, type your states. How do I file an article of incorporation? I advise people to start with an LLC, okay? Because sole prop definitely wouldn't work for you. That's, you know, you can have an LLC and do business as, okay? But be mindful of something. When you are filing an LLC, they're going to ask you what the category of your business is. I know I told you to avoid the high risk business. So you want to use the NAICS code, all right, to find out what those high risk business are. So you don't go select that category, because imagine you dodge the name when it has to do with the name, but at the filing, you now come back and say, I'm doing credit repair or trucking. Bang, they got you. All right. So guys, be careful. All right. Try not to, if you don't know what to do, like I said, just make sure you do what you select a generic business name. You can be a general contractor, okay? It doesn't matter, all right? The next thing you want to do is use the same information to now, after your article of incorporation is ready and you know the name has been filed, you want to go to the IRS, the big boy, and get an EIN number. Now, there's something I want to note. The page where you get the EIN number, please make sure you click the download PDF button. If you don't click that, you will never get that page ever again. They might send you something, but it's not going to look the same. That's after spending 5 hours just waiting to fix somebody, you know, on the other side, especially this tax season. So I beg you guys, once you see they give you the EIN number, it's totally free. You don't got to pay nobody to get an EIN, okay? Make sure you download that page. You might want to save it in the cloud. You might want to email yourself so you have it whenever you need to, okay? All right, that's, you now have an EIN. Now, when you get an EIN with all the information you created, you just set up a complete entity, totally different from you, okay? You can do this for 2, 3 businesses, just so you know, all right? After this, part of the registration is step 8. You want to get a DMB number, a Duns and Bradstreet number. Go to Duns and Brad. Don't pay for anything extra. You don't want to do that. Don't pay for anything extra, because when you do that, they have a portfolio. They create a portfolio for you. When you don't pay for that portfolio, what's going to happen? You're going to lose everything. It's not even worth it. The free plan they have is enough to give you a DMB number, Duns and Bradstreet, okay? Go on their site and get it for free. Yeah.
One thing that I do want to say, again, yes. I am not a professional. This is just what I've learned. I have several different businesses. And one of the things is you get taxed differently in different states, right? So I'm in California, and you can also move the state that your business is in. There are states that are better to file a formation of your business, like Delaware, different, like Florida. There's definitely different places that you might want to look into filing before, especially if you're here in California, because an LLC, let's say as an example, if you were making a formation of an LLC, that's $800 a year for an LLC. And if you're not making any money when you first start, maybe you only made $500 that year, which could possibly happen. You're paying $300 just to have your LLC, as opposed to if you go to a Delaware where it's $200 or $300, that's a different story, right? So you also want to make sure that you make it make sense. You can go to Fiverr.com, Upwork.com. You can go talk to a CPA. There are so many different ways that you can format. You can have your formation formatted, however you say it. You can have your business put together. But definitely check those things out too, because it does make a difference in how much you pay per year.
Now, guys, I just want to apologize. We're supposed to have a beautiful boss lady, Helen, who is a tax expert, that was supposed to get on here and tell you guys stuff. But the beautiful thing is, it's happening tomorrow, same time, 8 p.m. Okay, I'm going to be live with her. And for those who are not following me right now. Make it a date tomorrow evening. We might do it earlier, but we'll let you guys know. Okay, just know that tomorrow we'll be talking about tax. Okay, just so you know. So now back to this. Now, after you've done this, you're ready to go to the banks. Now you have your EIN number, you have your article of incorporation. You can open up a bank account with this same information. Make sure all your information is congruent and consistent across board with all agencies. You don't have name misspellings. You don't want to use a different address. This is not the time for you to revert back to yourself and use your phone number or your email. You want to divorce yourself from your business. With this, congratulations, you're done with stage 2. Now you want to jump to stage 3, which is creating a public profile. How do you create a public profile? Ensure you have, even if it's a one-page website, have a one-page website. Bankers don't want to ask a lot of questions. Lenders don't want to do that. You know, they want to be able to look you up and see that you exist as a business. So have a business website so you can control your narrative. You can say, this is what I do, okay? I have a website that explains that. One-page website is just fine, okay? The next thing you want to do is open or secure business social media accounts, all right? They want to be sure, they're wondering in this age and time, how do you do business if you're not on social media? Get on social media and do what? Start posting. Have 20, 30 posts. Look for pages like you. Find ideas and just start posting so that people know that this is who you are and this is what you do. You want to go to list yourself and do what? Register your business on what? The 401 database. You want to be on the national and local
Yes, I was just gonna
database,
say.
okay? That's number 12. Number 13,
Yeah.
you want to register Google My Business. Number 14, you want to have Yelp. Okay, once you do this, now your business is beginning to have a public profile. Some people take it as far as doing Bing, doing Yahoo, and the rest of them. But if you do this, I think it's just enough. Like I said, stage 3, creating a public profile is 1, you start off with with a business website. 2, you want to secure your social media pages, okay, that's connected to your business. LinkedIn, for example, okay? You want to have Instagram. You want to have a Facebook page, right? You want to have the basic stuff that you need. These days, you want to have TikTok. It all depends on the kind of business that you're doing, but the bottom line is you want to have a social media page. You don't have to have 1 million posts on it, but people can search you, lenders can search you, and bankers can search you. 3, you want to be on the 401 database,
Yeah.
on the national and local databases, and you want to be on Google My Business, and lastly, you want to be on Yelp. When they see this, you're beginning to create a public
Yes.
profile, and lenders will begin to trust you. If you've done this, then
Right.
you want to get to stage 4. This is how you establish business credit. Like I said, just because you have
Right.
one business credit card, because you applied for one and somebody probably approved you, you might think you have business credit. No, you don't. The true way to establish business credit is in stage 4. Business credit is in stage 4, establishing business credit. What you need to do is you got to apply for net 30 vendor accounts. They're like the Uline, the Grange. You know, you go to Office Depot,
Yeah.
Quill. You know, you make
Quill.
sure you use the same information you have from the beginning, and you go buy 1 or 2 products. Now, this is where a lot of people get it twisted. When you go to their websites, they're going to tell you this thing's changed. That's why I don't like to tell people the exact stuff. How you're going to qualify so they can report your transaction to the 3 major business bureaus. Now, if you don't follow that to the T, I've seen people that they'll rather say, sometimes you might go to Quill and say, buy 2 products, for example, at $50 each. After 30 days, we're going to report it. You might get on there and buy 1 product for $70. They're not going to report it. Now you just wasted 60 days. You start calling. You're like, oh, yeah, I told you guys to do this. How come I don't have this? You don't have it simply because you did not follow the procedure. It's there on their website. If you can't find it on the website, pick up your phone and call. Have a research mindset. All right? Question things. Be curious. Ask questions. Get comfortable. You're not doing anything illegal. You're doing everything right. So don't just take my word for it. Don't just take Sarah's word for it. All right, now we're telling you where to go and how to move, but the bottom line is research, research, research. I don't know when you're going to come across this video. I don't know if some of the information that we're given will still be current, but the bottom line is research, research. 16, you want to go to the tier 2 accounts,
right?
The net 45 accounts. 17, you want to go to net 60 accounts, all right? Make sure you have all these accounts. I tell people you can get 5, 10, 15. But 15 vendor accounts, you want to have 3 of this, 3 of that, and 3 of that, or 5 of this, 5 of this, and 5 of this. There's net 30, net 45, and net 60. You can Google them. You can reach out to our communities, and we'll help you, okay, get those accounts. That does give you the names of these accounts so you can go apply. There are fleet cards, like gas fleet cards that you can use for your business, okay? Now, after you've done that, now you now go to nav.com to now check your Paydex score. If you do not do this, you will not have business credits established. These guys have to be reporting for you to have a paydex score, and you need a paydex score above 80 before you approach any lender. Keep sure.
Yeah. I was just going to say, while you were talking, literally, and this is because there's only so many ways to set up a business, right? So I said at the beginning of this live that I went back to one of my very first businesses. When I first started making money, I had a CPA put together like my everything. So this business has like a corporate seal. I felt so official with my corporate seal, and it has all the things. So I'm actually going to put this piece of paper with the steps of everything that Iyke just went through and screenshot it, right? If you want someone to help you and walk you through it, I know that Iyke has a program for this. And I know that he has something special for anyone that makes the choice to work with him today. If you're like, you know what, he just said a lot of information, I don't get it and I don't understand, then I want you guys to screenshot this piece of paper. Can you see it all?
No, don't worry. We'll give them something. You know what? Ask for this in the DM.
Oh, well, no, don't ask for this in the DM because this is literally from a seal. So I'm not giving this in the DM, but I hope that you guys just screenshot it, because literally it's the exact same steps of how to make sure that you are creating your new corporation or your LLC. So he just went over a lot of really good information. This again is just at the front of one of my businesses. I have so many of these binders because I have so many businesses, which brings me to a question that was actually asked in the question box. I hope she's still on the live, but this is Hair by Sparkle said, do you need multiple virtual addresses, or can you use one virtual address for multiple LLCs? The answer is you can use one address for multiple LLCs. You absolutely
it all depends
can
on the
do
service
that.
you're working with. So feel free to call them, like I said, and ask them for that offer.
Yeah. Yes. So I gotta jump off this live. My sister and best friend are visiting from Canada and from Omaha. Oh, you can't see it backwards. But guys, you have an opportunity to work with Iyke, who does this personally. Are you gonna give a discount to these people? Because for my followers, hey, Hair by Sparkle, I'm so happy you're here. Yes is the answer to your question. You do not have to have multiple addresses. Can I show it again upside down? I'm gonna show this, guys, for literally 3 seconds, and then I want to know, while I'm showing this, Iyke, I want you to know, are you going to give my people a discount on what it is that you offer? Because look, I don't do full price for my folks. If you're gonna jump on this live and bring value, you better bring value.
Okay. First, it's
out,
April
okay?
Fool's Day, and we ain't fooling nobody. Just so y'all know. Now, my course is the Credits to Wealth funding course. I said funding. Yes, in my course, you're going to learn how to set up your business. You're going to learn what a good personal credit profile is. If you buy my course, you will get free credit repair. So forget about that. It's over. So I don't care if you got bad credit. Just the fact that you bought my course, I'm definitely throwing free credit repair for you, and we're not going to leave it fully done for you so that you can get to the bag ASAP, just in case credit is what's holding you back. And lastly, you would learn how to run the funding play, the exact formula that I use to get my clients up to $300,000 per business and over $160,000 on the personal side. You will get the same formula. That means you can actually take that, go out into the world, help your family and your friends with a proven formula that works, just so y'all know. All right, it's the Credits to Wealth Masterclass course. All right, you can actually do what? Sit in your bedroom, enjoy it. You know how to position your credit. You get free credit repair, and you know exactly what to do and how to move with the exact formula that I use to get personal funding. Okay, definitely I'm going to give you guys a discount. How much discount? But I'm going to help you.
What's the discount?
Help me. You know I love it when the women just mention whatever it is. And I promise you, whatever you say I should give to your community, they're going to get it tonight. Tonight.
Oh.
All they have to do is...
I just want you to know, I'm a big asker, Iyke. I don't ask for like no little baby discount. Like I'm the kind of person where if I'm gonna get a discount, like give it to me for real. Like I want something good.
First, What do you want? I'm ready. I just took a drink.
Okay, so look, first I have to give this disclaimer, guys. I met Iyke through our podcast, No Fluff the Podcast. If you have not yet, go follow, go subscribe, go check it out. And we do this on the podcast all the time. If you guys have not gotten a chance to subscribe, literally I got this from Mitch because he's always saying like, yo, what kind of discount you gonna give? Plus, I love a discount.
No Fluff the Podcast.
Yes, that's that part. Yes, so you guys gotta go check that out. So
how much you want?
All right, my phone rang. I got spicy over here. You see, I got too spicy.
Go big or go home.
So
I love you, April. No, I'm reading what April is saying. Let's go.
Look, but if you say go big or
go
home,
big.
Like
did you say half? All right. Meeny, miny, mo, my mother asked me to do this one. Done. 50% off. 50% off. 50% off. I'll do it for you. I'll do it for you. I love you. I'll do it for you. I'll do
my face is red. 50%. My face is hot when I said half.
All they got to do is text me the word win. DM me the word win. The word win. And I'll send you a link and you're going to get the course for 50% off. Like I said, you don't need the course if you're not looking for funding. If you are doing business with your money and you want to get the secret sauce on how to get to the money and you have bad credit, it's not a problem. You will get free credit repair no matter how long it takes. Whatever negative, derogatory that you got, we will get rid of it for you. Getting you ready so you can get to the bag, okay? I just want you to know that you're going to get 50% off. DM me. You can comment right now. I don't care. Go DM me, all right? My people are going to send it to you, and you get the link. And for those who take action, hey, 50% off.
Let's go. Fire me up. I'm so grateful for that. Thank you for blessing my community and yours as well. And for me, guys, if you guys are interested in getting out of your own way, click the first link in my bio. There's a $7 option that literally can change your entire life. When I tell you your entire life, it's actionable steps on how to get out of your own way. And if you are excited about my course that teaches you how to start, grow, scale your business with a success mindset, that is 50% off there. So click the first link in my bio if you are excited about that. We're just here to help people and bring value. I'm excited to go live so much more often. I thank you so much for all the value that you bring. Thank you for the passion that you give, like all of the things. I'm so happy that we've had a chance to connect, and we're going to continue to just do our best to bring value to the people. And I just want to say thank you for your time, your energy, your effort, and all of the value, the wisdom, the knowledge that you're constantly pouring out. So thank you.
Everybody have a good night. Please learn everything that you want to learn. Go teach people, go impact the world. And most importantly, if you get in my course, please get people that money. Thank you. April, send me a DM, and I promise I'll get to you.
Let's go. Message the word win, DM him win if you want 50% off of his funding course with free credit repair. So love y'all guys. Have an amazing night.